What's our world actually going to look like in 2030? You know, it's not science fiction anymore. It's a future that's being built right now, piece by piece, by artificial intelligence. And it's on track to change, well, pretty much everything from our jobs to our homes. So let's take a look at the data and see what's really coming our way.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the big one, jobs. By 2030, projections show AI could displace around 400 million jobs. I mean, that is a massive number. But look at the other side of the coin. It's also expected to create 97 million new roles. So this isn't just about jobs disappearing. It's a complete reshuffling of the deck. And to get why, we need to look at what's driving this massive change.
And what's driving it is so powerful that many are calling it the next industrial revolution. This is way bigger than just some clever new apps on your phone. This is a fundamental reinvention of how our entire economy and our society is going to function. To really put this in perspective, think about it like this. AI is being called the fourth great technological leap in human history. First, you had the steam engine, which changed everything. Then came electricity, which did it all over again. Then information technology. Each one completely remade the world. Well, now it's AI's turn to hit the accelerator on productivity and totally redraw the economic map. You can see how AI is weaving its way into everything we do at work, not just as another tool, but as the actual engine for a new, intelligent economy. But let's bring this down to earth. What does this huge economic shift actually feel like in our day-to-day lives? This is where these big, abstract ideas get personal. Because these massive shifts are going to have very real, very tangible impacts on how we live, how we get from A to B, and even how we manage our health. Let's start at home. By 2030, our homes are going to be way more responsive, even predictive. We're talking about real-time automated control over your environment, so it's always perfectly comfortable. And more importantly, safety systems that could, say, detect if someone has a fall and automatically call for help. Now, all of this seamless connection needs some serious horsepower, which is why we're expecting a quarter of all homes to have super-fast 10 gigabit fiber broadband. This intelligence extends right to our bodies, and the amount of data here is just incredible. A study from Stanford found that a single smartwatch can track up to 250,000 measurements a day. And AI can sift through all that data, your heart rate, your skin temperature, and spot the earliest, tiniest signs of an infection, maybe even before you feel sick. This is a huge shift toward proactive healthcare. How we get around is also getting a complete overhaul. Just chew on this number for a second. By 2030, a staggering 82% of all new cars sold are expected to be electric. This is not a gradual change. It is a full-blown revolution on wheels. But it's not just about what's powering the car. It's about who or what is doing the driving. As autonomous driving gets more common, our cars are just going to transform. They'll become what experts are calling a mobile third space, basically an extension of your house or your office, a place where you can work or relax or watch a movie while the car handles the traffic. Okay, so our homes are getting smarter, our cars are getting smarter, but what about the places that actually make all the stuff we use? Well, the impact on industry is just as big, if not bigger, and it's creating totally new ways to produce things. A really key idea here is something called flexible manufacturing. This is a huge departure from the old assembly line. This is all about factories that can build things on demand, switch between different products in a flash, slash development times, and cut costs. In a world that changes as fast as ours, that kind of agility is, well, it's everything. So what does this actually look like in practice? It's like a highly intelligent, perfectly coordinated dance. It all kicks off the moment an order comes in. The system instantly figures out every single component needed. Then, an AI creates the most efficient production schedule you can imagine. Next, the factory equipment itself gets reprogrammed on the fly for the new job. And finally, automated logistics handle everything from warehousing to shipping. Every single step is optimized. And if you ever wonder if this is real, just follow the money. By 2030, companies are projected to spend a massive 87% of their application budget on data services. Another 7% will go to AI computing. The takeaway here is crystal clear. Data and AI aren't just part of the business anymore. They are the business. Now, this same wave of digital transformation also gives us a really powerful set of tools to go after one of our biggest global challenges, climate change. Turns out the same kind of intelligence that can optimize a factory can also help optimize our planet's energy grid. The mission couldn't be clearer. The Paris Agreement set that huge goal of reaching net zero carbon emissions by the middle of the century. Hitting a target that big is going to require a radical reinvention of our energy systems, and technology is right at the heart of that whole effort. This is what that future energy system looks like. It's an energy internet where digital tech connects everything: the renewable sources like wind and solar, the power grid itself, and all the energy storage systems. What you get is a smart, tough, and super efficient network that can handle the ups and downs of renewable energy.
The goals for 2030 are really ambitious. We're talking about tripling renewable capacity and doubling energy efficiency. But how do you manage all that new infrastructure? That's where the tech becomes absolutely essential. The projection is that to hit these targets, 90% of all solar power plants will need to use AI just for optimization. Building a greener future is, at its core, a technological challenge.
So, as we pull all of these different threads together, a very clear pattern emerges. The AI that's going to shape our world is evolving into something way more capable than what most of us are used to today. It's making a critical leap from being an assistant to becoming an agent.
And to really get where this is all going, you have to understand this one key distinction. Right now, we mostly use what you could call AI copilots. They're intelligent assistants that offer you suggestions. It's a partnership. Humans and AI work together. But the future is about AI agents. These are autonomous systems that you can give a complex goal to, and they just go and execute it on their own. In that model, the AI is doing most of the heavy lifting.
And just how widespread are these agents going to be? Well, the forecast is for 6 billion of them to be active by 2030. That includes everything from industrial robots and autonomous drones to these digital twins, which are basically virtual models of real-world things. These agents aren't just going to be tools. They're going to be part of the very fabric of our society. And all of this, it brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial question. We've just walked through a future where technology does more for us, and in many cases, without us. So, as AI evolves from that helpful co-pilot that gives us suggestions to an autonomous agent that acts on our behalf, what does our role become? When machines can optimize, create, and manage, where do we point our own unique human intelligence? That is the challenge and the opportunity of the intelligent world of 2030.